Hi everyone, I'm Ash.
And I'm Joe, and welcome. Today, we're going to continue with our Tesla Masterplan Part 3. This should now be episode 4, and depending on how long we go, it could be episode 5 as well. We'll split it up to make smaller chunks. And yeah, we'll just carry on. Just on a quick note, is that yesterday ChatGPT 4 was released, so we thought we'll do an episode about that coming soon. Keep an eye out for that. We might record it tomorrow. But yeah, for today, we still continue with Tesla.
That's going to take a while still that we're going to be busy with that Tesla video, to be honest with
There's certain sections that I'm really eager to get to. Sorry, this
you.
earpiece always falls out. Yeah, there's like, once we get to Optimus section, I'm really looking forward to that. I know we are kind of falling behind on this. Most people has already covered all of the Tesla Invest today. Yeah, we just want to take our time with it and really say what we want to say about every little section.
That's it. Eventually we can start going through things quicker when we've got, I don't know, more time, plan things better, all that sort of thing.
Yes. Excuse me.
This, at this moment, we're still so new to it.
Exactly, we're still getting used to it. Alright, so here we go. Let me share this. There we go. Alright, so this is where we left off last time.
Yeah.
And so yeah, as I say, it's entirely feasible, but yeah, let's move on. The types of production capacity that needs to be grown so that we can be sustainable. It's amazing to think that we only need to grow solar and wind production capacity by only 3 times to get to where we need to be fully sustainable, to be able to generate enough renewables every year to fully get off fossil fuels on the
To
grid.
sustain us.
It would seem that we're much further away.
I think we're further away on storage than we are on generation.
Yes,
That's where your main problem comes in. Yes, we can generate what we need. We only need 3 times more. But when it comes to storage, we've got a much bigger problem on our hands.
well, that is the next one, which is we need to 29x. That
Yes,
is
that
huge.
that is a significant amount, to be honest with you. But the
That
battery
is,
farms are coming along fairly nicely. Let's give them a little bit of time
yes,
and see where we get to it.
but 29x for all vehicles, stationary and thermal battery production. That's interesting that they've included thermal battery production, as in heat storage. So this might be going back to the
The heat pump.
not the heat pump, the high heat temperatures for industry.
Oh,
The,
okay, yes, I see what you're saying.
yeah, where you store temperature. Has to be some heavy insulated storage devices, but yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, that is a huge chunk. So yeah,
Sure,
basic,
sure. I read
base.
somewhere that there's basically giant things filled with sand, effectively.
Yes, yeah, that does seem to be
That's what they're going to use. That's what they're going to
prevailing.
use to store the heat.
Yes, yeah, because you can need the sand basically before melting point, and it can store some serious heat
Yes.
before it turns into glass. In other
Oh
words,
yeah.
don't nuke it because then it turns to glass.
Well, then it's got a different purpose, not the purpose we want to use it for anymore.
No. Okay, so yeah, basically, if anybody goes into battery production, there's an absolute ton of money to be made. Absolute ton of money to be made. I mean, there's just on battery production alone, we could make hours worth of footage us discussing battery production and the amount of things you can do. But did you see the Sandy Monroe video about this new battery chemistry that this company has developed?
Was that the one you brought out yesterday, the day before?
I think it was the day before yesterday.
I think I've seen it, to be honest, but I've not watched all of it.
I
So
watched the whole thing. It's pretty good, interesting, but the thing always comes back to prototypes are easy and production is
production is
hard.
hard.
So if they can scale it, excellent, good on them. Let's do it. It'll be awesome. But scale it first before I get my hopes up on anything like that. I mean, we've been hearing about what's his name, solid state batteries for peace forever, basically, and no one's able to scale it. So until you
No.
can scale it, it doesn't help regular Joe, shall we say?
Now, again, Tesla will get their way before everybody else does, and they're just going to have to either follow suit or go bankrupt. Those are your choices.
Yeah, but the thing about this new thing of this is the actual design, the chemical design of it. That's supposed to be the breakthrough. That it's very compatible, very easier or easier to do than most things, and it's a sort of semi-solid state. Which is
Yes,
kind of
it's
what Tesla has already. Is a semi-solid state with their dry
pretty much
coat.
they've got the powder that they put
Yeah.
in the battery. We'll
Okay.
see. See how long it takes to get there. But that 29x, that's a big number.
That is a big number, and yeah. But again, they say we can be 100% by 2050. So we're talking 27 years from now. We need to basically cover more than one of these 29s each year, which is not a
Yes.
doubling every year, but it is because if
No,
you double,
if it does doubling every year, you'll do it in the next 2 years, 2 to 3 years, you're there. If you
well,
have to double it every year.
no,
No, it's not 2 to 3, it's
two,
probably a bit
four,
longer than
six,
that.
2, 4, 8, 16, 32. So if you to double every year, it would be 5 years.
5 years.
Sorry, I actually literally had to do it on my fingers because yeah, my brain. I
You're
just
right
woke
there.
up half an hour ago, so yeah.
That's
um,
your excuse. I don't have one.
no, electric vehicle production in millions by year. So yeah, we got 11x that. Have we really produced 8 million electric vehicles last year?
I don't know. To be honest, I
I
don't
mean,
think Tesla has by themselves.
Tesla has did 1.3.
Yeah,
You tell me the rest of the industry that's like a few million?
I can't
Oh,
see that happening, dude, to be honest with you.
well, this
I
is what they say
really
happened.
don't think so.
Maybe,
Well, then again, if you take
maybe
the China market and all the ones they've got there, more than likely, probably yes, because China's a big market.
that is true. That is
But
true.
if you're going to look at the Hummer or the Fords or all them type of things that get sold worldwide, not just in China,
Uh,
that's a bit of a different story, most definitely. So yeah, I can see where that 8 million number comes in. To be honest,
I'm sorry, but the Hummer is a joke. It doesn't count.
but they sold like 1,000 units, mate.
Exactly. It's a grain in its ocean on the beach compared to the 8 million. No,
Exactly.
it doesn't count.
No, I'm
Um,
totally with you on that one.
Heck, even Lucid produced more vehicles than the Hummer, and Lucid's
Yes,
probably not going to make it.
I'll go as far as to say definitely.
They got a bigger chance than others. Let's put it that way. The Saudi government's probably going to bail them out every time.
More than likely.
Yeah. Okay, so sustainable energy economy is 60% the cost of continuing fossil fuel investments. We've covered this already in previous videos, but
Yes.
yeah, stop wasting money on investing in new fossil fuel stuff. And we can then immediately start growing sustainable energy much quicker because you need less of an investment. That's basically all this comes down to is just start investing and you will get more bang for your buck, effectively.
100%.
Yeah. Anything
But
else?
we go back to the horse cart and the car type of thing.
Oh
No, it's
yeah.
never going to take off. It won't happen. It won't happen. Yeah, it will.
This one is awesome for me. Absolutely awesome. Okay, so I mean it's very tiny dots. Very tiny dots. So for all of North America, you need that tiny little square of solar and that tiny little square of wind to achieve all your energy needs. Europe's one is smaller than America, but the same as this. Their wind one is so freaking small you can barely see it.
No, it's almost non-existent.
Look how small Africa's energy needs is.
Yeah, that one I don't get, to be honest. Africa's a big country.
Yeah, but they use a lot less energy. There's a lot less heavy industry,
That is also true,
a lot
yes.
less office buildings and stuff like that. And it's those kind of buildings that tend to waste a lot of your electricity.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. There's a lot more land in South Africa than there is cities, so to
Yes.
speak.
Now Asia, that is a heck of a lot of solar.
Yeah, but look at the size of the place, dude.
Yeah, but look, you can cover what is that Sri Lanka? My geography is terrible. I'm pretty sure that's Sri
Yeah,
Lanka.
it's something
You,
along them lines.
you could basically cover all of Sri Lanka in solar and still need more space. So that's a lot
Yeah,
of solar. Obviously, you're going to distribute it around, but I've bet most of this is from India and China. Most of that energy need is India and China. And then
possibly, yeah.
Australia's tiny, tiny little dots there that you can barely see. It's just, yeah. Obviously, this is going to be all distributed around the country, but it's shocking how little landmass you need. And on the next slide, they compare it to how much we use for farming. Basically, more than Australia's entire landmass is used for farming. It's like,
Yeah, that's
I'll bet you, I would like to compare this to current fossil fuel generation. As in, all, let's exclude nuclear because I'm pro nuclear. Um, but all coal, all gas, all I you, the bio plants where they grow corn, which takes up a huge chunk of this square, to then turn into biomass to then burn basically.
yep.
All if you include all those things plus all your logistics required to transport all that fuel, all your refineries, all the mines to dig up the coal, you probably use 3 or 4 times this area of each country's requirement for solar and wind.
Yeah, I was thinking probably the size of Australia.
I don't know if it's quite that big, but it would be pretty sizable. But if you add the wind, you could have solar farms with agriculture under it, because you can have stuff growing underneath it like strawberries or strawberries is a bad thing because strawberries usually need a greenhouse. But you could have other sort of small greens growing under it, and then still a wind tower every now and again. So these things can be incorporated with the agriculture or with parts of the agriculture. Don't need to take away from the agriculture. There's loads of plants that prefer to grow in the shadow.
Oh, definitely, yes. But
Where,
for the wind, I would say it's probably best to stick those things in the sea, mate. That's where you get
well, most of them goes
continuous
in
wind.
the yeah, most of them goes in the sea anyway.
Yes.
But if you're in a mountainous region, like that's probably why, well, maybe not. I don't know. I'm guessing they've accounted for it. Why some of them's bigger than others. Yeah.
Possibly, but I still say the wind farms go in the sea with battery storage that can accommodate for whatever that generates, and then your solars.
I mean,
Well,
there's a huge project going on between Norway and the UK right now.
yes,
Loads. There's a huge one about to go online, or the first phase of it's about to go online. Absolutely massive thing, and that energy is going to be shared between the UK and Norway, and that where that connection comes into the land, which is roughly about there, or maybe it's a little bit lower, is where they've just installed the first Tesla Megapack site
what
in
a
the UK.
coincidence!
Exactly. What shall we do? How shall we make full use of this wind electricity that we're generating? Let's store it in some batteries.
That's it. Hey, yo, Tesla, give us a hand, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
See you next time, guys. Stay safe.